Howdy y'all, Cars in China here, looking to talk about the new sets dropping this Friday from Pokemon Destined Rivals. I want to talk about this whole controversy going on with GameStop and with just the craziness of everything. People saying, oh, GameStop are scalpers now, or it's not retail price, or as some people like to call it, MSRP. I just want to get a couple of things looked at right now, see how things are going to go. By the looks of it, things aren't looking too well. As you know, Destined Rivals releases this Friday for the Pokemon TCG, and people are very upset at GameStop because they are normally charging for a brand new product, might I add, uh, slightly above retail price or MSRP, as most of y'all call it, which would normally be $50. Um, and GameStop is charging 60 for a Elite Trainer box. Booster bundles, normally usually around $27, they are charging $40. Booster boxes, their retail price is usually $162. GameStop is charging 200. Build and battle boxes, usually $22. GameStop is charging 25. And the 3 plague boosters usually comes with a promo. Is normally $13.99. GameStop is now charging $18.99. So there's a lot of mixed feelings for this. People saying, oh, we have people on one side saying, oh, GameStop are a bunch of scalpers, they're crooks, they shouldn't be charging this much for a brand new set. Which I do understand, it's a brand new set. They did promise back then, well, I wouldn't say promise, but they did say back then that usually new releases they would try to charge usually regular retail price for all their new Pokemon product releases. But they seem to have backtracked and they've decided to raise prices, right? But on the other hand, we also have people on the secondary market, which means usually the scalpers or people selling on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, TCG Player, all the other sort or third-party sellers on either Target or Walmart sites, selling usually double or almost triple the price of new Pokemon releases, or even older sets that can probably still be printed. Um, the usual things we've been dealing with for like the past 7 months now. So I want to go ahead and jump onto TCG Player and show y'all what these Elite Trainer boxes are going for. That's the cheapest one right now from this seller at $108.99, which is still ridiculous, honestly, for a brand new set. But, people gotta make their money, I guess. Let's just charge double the freaking price over a new box that just came out. Then right here we got a Elite Trainer case. So those cases usually come with about 10 ETBs inside of them, so they're charging just about a little over $1,000 for that. Got another one over here, just a PNG of it though, charging right at 1,000. So like after taxes and fees, you're still looking at just over $1,000. But just about every other seller here that is not a Pokemon Center ETB, you're looking at about $120 tops, usually around 110, 120, which is what's looking nice so far. Got one here for 110, 109. Oh, didn't see that $12.65 delivery, so that's, like I said, that's not even including taxes. So, as you can see, TCG Player ain't no better, right? Or eBay, I'm sorry. Um, let's look on TCG now. Same thing, $118, shipping included. That's not including taxes, right? So after everything, you're looking at about maybe just above 125, almost $130, right? So you can see some people have already pre-bought these items. I don't know why the hell y'all guys are paying $350 for an item that wasn't even out yet in the middle of March. Makes no damn sense to me. But here we are. Now it's fallen quite a bit since March. Now closer to release day, we're looking at about $119. So sucks for the people that pre-ordered at 350. I don't know what y'all were thinking. But hell, y'all do you. It's your money. Y'all can do whatever the hell y'all want with it. That ain't my problem, right? Now, this is where the whole controversy starts because, big box stores like Walmart, Target, or any other large place that has retailers that sell Pokemon usually are charging $50, right? So we have right here Target $50 for an ETB. Obviously, you know, these pre-orders came out as soon as they were announced. They pretty much were sold out instantly. Not by regular people, but obviously by bots. So, you know, that's pretty much been like that ever since. And now we go to Walmart. As you know, Wednesdays, usually at around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Walmart will do a drop. Nobody knows what it is. People can just speculate what it is. You know, last week I think it was One Piece tins, and I can't remember if any Pokemon dropped that day. But then a few weeks ago, I think we also had, I think, prismatic booster bundles. And now this Wednesday, which if this video comes out Thursday, which means yesterday at around 9 o'clock, if I recall. Yeah, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. The Destined Rivals ETB dropped for pre-order. Now, if I recall, Walmart was selling them for $55, which honestly still isn't bad. You know, it's just $5 above retail price or MSRP. So people are gladly willing to pay $55 at Walmart, right, and not complain. But for some dang reason, GameStop is the bad guy here. Like, I'm not saying GameStop is the villain, or, you know, I'm not defending GameStop. You know, they've had their issues, they've had, you know, their own problems in the past with shady dealings and charging more for product that's still in print. You know, like the, I guess, Surging Sparks reprints with the booster bundles, they were charging $40 when they're normally $27, right? But that's still cheaper than what most places are even charging, or what most third-party sellers are selling them for. Surging Sparks booster bundles I saw on Facebook Marketplace, people selling for like $50, $55. You know, when you look at that and other places, $40 isn't that bad, right? So we can go over here. I'm gonna pump up this because for some reason, you know, that wasn't working. GameStop doesn't have a price out yet, but most people already know what it's looking like. I can't. I gotta find the link for this. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, GameStop will be charging what, $60 for an ETB, which honestly is not that bad, right? At this point, you guys gotta understand, we gotta choose the lesser of two evils at this point. Would you rather pay $60 for an ETB, $18 for a 3-pack, and $200 for a booster box, right? That's honestly not that bad. It really isn't. A few dollars over retail price is not that bad. A lot of people getting all uppity because it's GameStop. Why aren't you doing this for Walmart? You know, they're charging $55, right? I don't know what they're charging for blisters. I gotta look that up, honestly. But let's check right quick. Destined Rivals. Boom. Look that up. Look at that. A booster box is $257 for pre-order. GameStop is charging $200. Right? 8 booster pack lots here, which I'm sure this is not even sold by Walmart. $100. You're essentially paying $15 a pack. That's ridiculous. There we go. We got a booster bundle right here. $70. GameStop is only charging $40. So I'm sorry, I might rustle a couple of people's feathers on this one, but y'all are really taking this way out of proportion because it's GameStop. I get, like I said before, GameStop has had their problems and they have done some shady stuff in the past, but to the fact that they are only charging slightly above retail compared to either a scalper or a random third party store like GT Collectibles under Walmart, which are usually charging double or even triple the price almost for these items, it really is not that bad. The problem is that people are just taking this way out of proportion because it's GameStop. Like I said, I'm not a GameStop shill. They're not paying me for this. I'm still very new to this YouTube thing. and I'm not, getting on my knees or bending over for GameStop. But honestly, GameStop, for me personally, I've been able to find most Pokemon products for a decent price at their stores because the stores all around me, within a 10-mile radius, right? There's three Walmarts, there's two Targets, there's two Best Buys within a 10-mile radius of where I live. Those stores stay constantly empty because the scalpers or resellers, whatever you want to call them, they know when these stores get restocked and they go out and clean them entirely out and sell them for double or triple the price. I see them all the time on Facebook Marketplace. Hell, I saw today on Facebook Marketplace some guy already got his hands on Destined Rivals ETBs. He's selling them for $100 a piece. Why would you pay $100 to this random guy claiming, oh, it's his business and all that, when you could just go to GameStop? They at least have limits at GameStop. I get it. Some GameStop managers have been doing some shady things in the background. They've been backdooring deals. You think Walmart hasn't been backdooring deals? You think Target hasn't been backdooring deals? What is so different from these other places, right? Than from GameStop? It just makes no sense to me personally. It shouldn't even be an argument. Just be happy that GameStop is willing to charge slightly above. I'm not saying double the price, slightly above. They're making an extra 10, $15 or even $5 on a product that's brand new that are limiting one per customer, so that means at least the people that show up there before the store opens, if you're going to camp out, they're at least going to get one of each item, right? And they can go home, they can rip it, they can resell it, they can do whatever they want with it. They've paid They've paid the GameStop employee or they paid Walmart and Target. What they do with their money, it's on them. They can do whatever they want with it after it's been bought. I just don't, I just can't wrap my head around this. It makes no sense. And like I said early in the video, we have to choose the lesser of two evils at this point. Does it make it right that GameStop is charging us slightly more than they normally should? No. But I would much rather pay $60 for an ETB than 120. I would much rather pay $18 or $20 for a 3-pack blister than $45 to $50 for a 3-pack blister, or I would rather pay $40 for a booster bundle than $70 to $80 for one booster bundle. Because honestly, these prices are very ridiculous. This set is brand new. It's barely coming out. It should not be this way. The thing is that there is such high demand for this product, for any Pokemon product in general, that people are just FOMOing so hard that they have to get their hands on this set. It shouldn't be like that. And people have been, they a lot of content creators out there, they've been telling people, do not FOMO. Do not pay these scalpers FOMO prices because you want to open the set. This is a mainline set, y'all. This set is going to be printed for the next 2 years. Just have some patience. Wait. I get it. Look, I love Pokemon just as much as the next guy. But you guys should not be throwing your money or extra money you don't have to people that don't give a damn about your wallet. They just want to sell what they bought at regular price for double or triple the price. It should not be that way, y'all. I know I went on a little bit of a tangent. I'm sure I've repeated myself quite a few times, but I'm just very frustrated with this right now because we I wouldn't even want to say as a community, us as just, enthusiasts. We love the TCG. We love Pokemon as a medium, a lot of us have been watching Pokemon since the 90s, or some of us early 2000s. We've been fans of this hobby for years, even decades. We shouldn't be acting like this. We're grown men, adults. Hell, there's even some children. We gotta teach the children as well that these things can still be obtained, but not at these ridiculous prices. It shouldn't be this way for any hobby. But I will say this, you know, it's something we haven't gotten in 20 years because we all understand the last rocket set was dang near 20 years ago, or more than 20 years ago at this point. So people want to open the set, people want to open the Mewtwo, get their hands on the new Mewtwo SIR, the Moltres SIR. Hell, even the Crobat SIR looks great. A lot of the Rocket Trainer SIRs look great. Very beautiful cards, I'm not even going to deny that. A lot of the illustration rares are beautiful. Misty's Lapras, Misty's Psyduck, Ethan's Ho-Oh, uh, Ethan's Typhlosion, Rocket's Nidoking, Rocket's Orbeetle, Meowth. So many great cards in this set. It's a very big and beautiful set. But we just can't be acting like this. We cannot let FOMO take control of our lives. Because when that happens, this hobby doesn't become fun anymore. It's more like a chore. Sorry, like I said, I went on a bit of a rant. I just wanted to get my feelings out on this. At the end of the day, y'all, just understand that everybody has to make money, right? And not all of us have the money to spend on this hobby. Just buy what you can. Don't, live beyond your means. Don't overspend. Be responsible with your money. Destined Rivals will still be available before Christmas, after Christmas, and for the rest of this year and the end of next year. We will still see Destined Rivals popping out, okay? Just don't FOMO. We'll all be okay. This, you know, take it easy, calm down, and we can get through this, guys. Okay? This is Cards and Shine, ranting about Pokemon cards, and losing his mind because people are getting mad over paying just $5 or $10 more for one product. Y'all have a good night. We'll talk more on this later to see what else is brewing. Y'all have a good one.